Gotta tell you, I'm super happy to hear that Disney is going to raise the prices of all their stuff for streaming.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the rest of the industry, jerks. I don't know anymore. I almost got into it was almost an argument with my wife about tipping
Mm-hmm.
the other day, and one of the arguments around tipping is, is that we as Americans, especially, don't understand the actual cost of things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
people in restaurants, especially, but not just restaurants, because we're seeing tipping everywhere, are underpaid, right? And so, in some ways, this is a bit of a correction, right? That hard to swallow, whatever. So I wonder with streaming if there wasn't this push just to get everything into the market, and then certain services like Netflix, especially, were very successful. So now there's a bunch of competition, and everyone keeps the prices low to suck people in. But the reality is that content acquisition, especially, or creation, however you want to call it, is expensive. And yeah, it's hard not to be really burned by this because remember when Disney Plus started? Sorry, do you have a fly in there or something?
Yeah, there's a stupid fly flying around here, and it won't leave me alone.
It's flying over the corpse of Disney Plus. Remember when Disney Plus came out? You remember this because I think we both signed up for a year, like immediately,
Oh yeah,
because
when
it's
it came
so
out.
cheap.
Yep,
Wasn't it like $60 or
something like
$50
that. Yeah.
for the full year? Like for a while, like Apple TV Plus also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's still not horrible, but like in the beginning, if I'm not mistaken, it was $4.99 a month.
Yeah,
And I
that
know
sounds
they
about
didn't
right.
have a bunch of stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I always talk about this. You could go month to month, just pick a different service every month. And something like Apple TV, which has matured greatly, by the way, and has some pretty great shows, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could easily spend a month more just being on that one thing.
I should just slowly start canceling services at our house and see how long it takes my family to stage a coup.
So I've done that. I did this with Netflix, although I've since gone back, where I sort of pushed it down a tier, just to see if
Mm-hmm.
anyone noticed. And I don't, no one ever
No,
did.
we were definitely on the 4K when I bought a 4K TV, and now we're on whatever the
Yeah.
cheapest 1080 thing is.
I actually had to go back because I want to listen to Dolby Atmos stuff. And when I review laptops and everything, like I want to actually get an understanding of, it's hard to find like good content. Even like Apple Music has Dolby Atmos music, but not on Windows, right? So the Windows version of the app does lossless, but you can't even listen to the music. So anyway, Netflix is like one of the few sources of high quality Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos sound, right? In the service, that runs natively in Windows. Well, actually, it's a web app now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, streaming, it sucks.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's
Hmm. I think it's the ultimate example of this shitification stuff that Cory Doctorow talks about,
I
right?
think
It's
my kid just woke up and it sounds like a herd of buffaloes upstairs. Yes, it's only one
right.
11-year-old, whatever. Now I completely lost my train of thought because, yeah,
Disney Plus prices.
I don't know. Like, maybe I should just make my family all become football fans and then
Wow.
we can cancel all of them. You can watch
Just
college.
just subscribe to like Red Zone or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can watch college. You can watch NFL. That's all you get until what? January?
Jesus. Oh man, what a limited life that would be.
It's called Heaven, I think, where all you can turn on is football. I guess they could watch baseball too, because that would be
Hmm,
over the air as well. World
sure.
Series,
Hmm.
whatever. PlayStation 5, 61.7 million units. They were down though from a hardware perspective, year
Yep.
over year, which again, not so. I think even Nintendo was down, so not surprising.
I didn't add this little tidbit to my story, but that part of Sony's business, which PlayStation, it's called something else, game something something, um, did well, financially. But the primary driver of their profits and well, not revenues, but profits
Mm-hmm.
was the financial exchange rate. Like the yen is just doing really bad, so It worked out great for them. That was the number one driver of profits. But they had one game, I think it's called Hell Divers 2,
Hmm.
that did really well. And yeah, that's about it. This console is on track to be the lowest selling PlayStation of all time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't see it not being. I don't see it not ending that way. It's if you look at the numbers, PlayStation 4 is somewhere in the 120, 140 range, whatever it is million. PlayStation 3 was, I'd have to look, 80, 90, 88, 90 million, something like that. And that's the lowest so far.
I gotta
So
tell you, it just
we'll
feels
see.
like this generation just never arrived. Like we had seen
Yeah.
the right.
Well, it was the pandemic launch. If only there had been a submarine comment, we wouldn't even be talking about Xbox anymore. Both those companies decided to go for it in 2020. I mean, I'm not saying it was a mistake. I mean, maybe we needed the diversion. I don't know. It's remember supply was constrained for so
Hmm.
long. We had that whole issue. I don't know what you did. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
But I mean,
I mean, they were
almost all
obviously
games
both pretty
launching
amazing.
today. I'm assuming the new Call of Duty is. I haven't checked, but it should.
Mhm.
It's the last gen compatible. I think on PlayStation
The
it is
new
at
one
least.
is. Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it is on Xbox though. Actually, I say that out loud.
So when you say last gen, you mean like Xbox One?
Yeah, but I think it's PS4
Uh,
compatible. Hold on.
yep.
Let's
I don't
Call
know
of
either actually.
Duty.
How do we find this out?
Well, I binged it, so let's see what
Xbox.com.
happens.
Why do you do this to everyone and to yourself?
The top result for Bing.
What is wrong with you?
Hold on. The top result on Bing is worldwide reveal on June 9th. Well, thanks.
Okay. Well, on Xbox.com, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, obviously I'll be able to find it's optimized for Xbox Series X and S. That suggests that it is on Xbox One. No. Yeah,
So
no, it's on
yeah,
Xbox
so
One.
cross-gen standard. What?
Windows 10 and 11.
Choose your platform. Xbox.
No, it's Xbox One. Yep. Oh, it's right at the top, actually. It's
It
right,
says
it's right at the
optimized
top of the
for
page.
Series X and S. But what does that?
I just explained it, Brad. It's on Xbox One.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
It's there. It's going to look like garbage. I remember playing, I remember, but of course then I start talking and I don't remember. It was that World War II game. So it must have been,
World at War?
well, it was WW2, like
Yeah.
not the World at War, but the more recent one, which was pretty good. But I I remember going back and playing it on a previous gen something. So it must have been like like the original Xbox One or the Xbox One S or something. And that's probably what it was. And I was probably playing it on the Xbox One X, and it was dramatically different looking. Like actually, it was really kind of plain
Mm-hmm.
looking. So I could kind of picture the Xbox One version of this new Call of Duty game having a similar. It's almost like an enticement to upgrade, when you see it.
Well, the biggest enticement should just be how long it takes the game to load.
Yeah. That's true. And install.
Yeah, that
By
old
the
hard
way.
drive that's in there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know how big this thing is, but I bet it's going to fill some hard drives.
Oh, easy. But that spinning rust.
That's okay. You can just stream it. It works great.
The unsavory truth is, I bet if you took last gen Xbox, put a solid state drive in there, that would be good enough for the majority of gamers.
Yeah. And I this might have come up with you one time, but I don't know what the percentage or whatever it is of games that come out that don't support Xbox One, but you almost get there must be, I don't know if it's just because they make great developer tools or because the platforms inherently aren't really that different, but it seems like Xbox games now are just Xbox Series S, X, and
Mm-hmm.
One. There were 3 versions of the One, which makes that kind of weird, but that doesn't seem to be going away as aggressively, I would say, as in past generations, and that might be reflective of the relative low sales this time around. I don't know.